Hi everyone, I'm Eunice. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you what I've been reading lately for the past 3 months. I don't know when this video will be published, but I think that will be the books that I read in January, February, and March. The first book that I read is The Power of Your Dreams, A Guide to Hearing and Understanding How God Speaks While You Sleep by Stephanie Ike Okafor. So Stephanie Ike is a Nigerian American pastor, preacher, author, and talk show host. She also serves as an executive pastor at the Potter's House Church at 1 LA. I've watched her preaching myself and I really like her. She's an amazing and phenomenal teacher. So this book talks about how God uses our dreams to guide us toward our purpose, and also the author is also encouraging people to just take their dreams seriously and see them as divine whisper, and just bringing you to a point where you believe that whatever God is showing you or whatever God is putting you isn't just random. And that's really the basis of this book. Honestly, I would say I really enjoyed this book so much. This is the first book that I read in January. When I read it, honestly, I was not disappointed. I love this book so much. I really took my time with it. And also, being somebody who dreams a lot, I read maybe couple or maybe one or maybe couple of books about dreams, but the only difference is that one was actually telling you, oh, if you dream this, it means this. If you dream that, it means this and all that. But what sets this book different from the other book, or maybe this whole concept about dream, is like Stephanie is really working you like behind the factory of it all, making you understand the foundation of it all. And she's breaking down the subject of dreams in a way that it's not all spiritual or a knowledge that's beyond everybody. Maybe like understanding your dreams, it's only reserved for a certain category of people, or maybe people who are highly spiritual or just preachers and all that. But now is that she's actually bringing you to understand, like, you too, as long as God speaks to you through a dream, as long as you see dream, as you can be able to tap into the understanding of your dream, what it means, what God is trying to tell you. And also, one thing that really stuck out to me about this book is when she talked about paying attention and taking care of your soul intakes. And that was really a major point for me, in a sense of being careful about whatever you are partaking in. That's being considered as your soul intakes. That can be in the things that you watch, the things that you listen to, the things that you expose yourself to, even your daily life, or even just few minutes or hours before bed. I really enjoy it myself. I have a couple of friends that we've talked about this book. They are also on their own journey of reading this book, and I also can't wait to talk about this book with them. But this was a phenomenal read for me, and I really enjoy it. The second book that I read is The Meaning of Marriage by Timothy Keller. Timothy Keller was an influential American pastor, theologian, and best-selling author. He's the founder of Redeemer Presbyterian Church in New York City. And he was also known for engaging secular and Christian audiences through biblical teaching and just biblical foundation. And this book was co-authored with his wife, Katie Keller. This book is a deep and honest look at marriage from the gospel point of view. It really teaches you what's the meaning of marriage beyond romance and beyond culture. And it's really filled with wisdom, whether you are single, married, or engaged. It really helps you reframe marriage from the gospel point of view. I really enjoy, and I'm still enjoying this book so much, because out of 8 chapters, I still have 2 more chapters left. I don't know if you can see. I still have two more chapters left to finish this book. But I started reading this book in I'll say end of February, and I'm still reading it. So far in the book, I can really testify this is an amazing book, and it's a game changer for me. I've read a lot of books, especially during my teenage years. I've read a lot of books about marriage. For some reason, I had no business reading books about marriage, but hey, I was reading a lot of marriage books. Of course, as I mentioned in my previous video, I was reading books in my dad's library. So my dad had a lot of marriage books. Being the preacher that he is, he had books about a lot of subjects, but he also had a lot of books about relationship and marriage. And I just found myself reading a lot of books about marriage. So I've read a lot of books about marriage, but most of them are more about telling you what to do, or this is what you do to understand your spouse, this is what you should be to be a good husband and wife and all that. But one thing I really love about this book by Timothy Keller, and what really sets it apart, is the fact that they're not starting to tell you about marriage, or this is what you have to do to have a long-lasting marriage and all that. They are really going to the genesis of it all, and they are showing us how the simple principle of marriage are applicable to our life first as an individual, because you cannot be an individual that doesn't practice being selfless, that doesn't practice putting people before you, that doesn't practice being humble and all that, and expect all those things just to happen once you're married. But they are teaching you actually how those things are actually supposed to be practiced at the level where you are, I can say single, but as an individual, and with your relationship with the people around you, with the relationship with the community, with the relationship with people that are not even your spouse whatsoever. And that's what I love about this book. I was even telling a friend, this book is really actually helping me become a better human being, a better individual in the society, in my relationship, even with my family, with other people. And this is what this book is telling you actually, because the principle of marriage, we usually just take it and then bring it to marriage. Oh, okay, this is what's supposed to happen and all that. But it's telling you actually submission. How can you submit in life, in general, in your community, in your relationship with other people? What submission looks like, putting others before you. What does it look like? Because all those things, if it's not practiced way before, that will be a hard problem once you're married. And that, of course, if you are not married yet. But even for those who are married, just helping, as I say, it's helping you really reframe the purpose and also the meaning of marriage. Yes, we know the same marriage is comparable to the love of Christ and the church, but they are really breaking it down for you from the work of the cross, from the way Christ has loved the church, from the way God has loved the world to send his son, and how those things are really applicable in marriage, and that really change even the way you see your spouse, that even change the way you understand, support, even the way you forgive, give grace, and grow together. This book it's an amazing book. Let me tell you, I'm just enjoying it so much. So the last book that I read is in French, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Alors, mon dernier livre que j'ai lu, c'est L'impact de Rencontres de la Destinée de l'apôtre Roland Dalo. L'apôtre Roland Dalo est apôtre, pasteur et auteur congolais. Il est aussi le pasteur principal et fondateur de l'église Centre Missionnaire Philadelphie à Kinshasa, en République démocratique du Congo. Il est plus connu dans l'Afrique francophone pour ses enseignements sur la destinée, le leadership et la croissance spirituelle. Alors, ce livre nous parle de comment les personnes qu'on rencontre dans la vie ne sont pas toujours fruits du hasard, et comment certaines relations de notre vie sont orchestrées par Dieu et leur influence sur notre vie positivement ou négativement. Et j'ai beaucoup aimé ce livre parce que premièrement, d'abord, c'est fait de beaucoup de récits. Et pour ceux qui connaissent l'apôtre Roland Dalo, et vous l'avez entendu prêcher plusieurs façons, des histoires qu'il raconte de temps à autre dans ses prédications, mais aussi certaines histoires qu'on ne connaît pas. Et c'est vraiment un livre qui est très facile à lire et ça passe vraiment vite. Mais ce que j'aime avec ces livres, c'est que ce sont des vérités qui sont peut-être connues. Ce sont des choses qu'on entend souvent, on nous prêche sur ça, on nous dit sur ça. Mais le lire, au fait, cette fois-ci, c'était vraiment une expérience différente pour moi. Et c'est un livre qui m'a permis, au-delà de voir, ce sont des choses que je devais me rappeler, mais ça m'a encore permis de vraiment m'évaluer, de vraiment m'évaluer moi-même, et juste aussi faire l'inventaire de relations que j'ai, de personnes que j'ai autour de moi, et aussi faire l'inventaire des personnes qui ont fait partie de ma vie à un certain point, des personnes qui font partie de ma vie et qui ne font plus partie de ma vie. Toutes ces choses juste pour réfléchir et voir combien exactement combien Dieu vraiment orchestre les choses dans nos vies. Et aussi, j'aime aussi parce que ces livres ne parlent pas seulement de relations qui nous influencent positivement, mais l'auteur nous met aussi en garde par rapport à certaines relations qui peuvent nous influencer négativement, qui peuvent influencer notre vie négativement. Et c'est intéressant parce que l'auteur n'a pas seulement utilisé des récits qui sont basés sur ses expériences personnelles, mais là aussi, il a aussi usé des récits bibliques, des personnages bibliques qui peuvent nous apprendre une chose ou deux. So in all, these are the books that I read for the past 3 months. As I say, I'm still reading The Meaning of Marriage, but I'm sure by the time this video is published, I'll be finished with it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Leave me a comment, tell me if you read any of the books that I mentioned. Do you know any author that I mentioned? Let's chat about it in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.